Hey y'all, there is a viral TikTok video of me where I'm making classic Southern sweet tea. The recipe's pretty straightforward. You boil water, add in some tea bags, let them steep, pour in some sugar, add some ice, you know, the basics. But then I add a secret ingredient, baking soda. Let me just tell y'all, the internet lost it when I put baking soda in tea, but this is the reason why I did it. After your tea bags steep for 7 minutes, you can go ahead and take those out. You don't need them anymore. Most people put simple syrup instead of regular sugar into their tea. I don't think that's necessary to make the simple syrup because since the water or the tea is still really hot, adding in sugar and then just stirring it until the sugar dissolves basically is adding simple syrup to it to begin with. Once your sugar is dissolved, I promise it doesn't take very long, maybe 30 seconds. You can add in the baking soda. Now, here's what this does. It makes your tea super clear. Second, it cuts the bitterness. Tea by itself has a lot of tannins in it, which are super bitter because it's plant parts, aka leaves. Baking soda makes for a really smooth, clean tasting, absolutely not bitter at all sweet tea. And you don't need much. This is a quart of tea and I'm adding in 1/8 of a teaspoon, basically a pinch of baking soda. Stir it right on up and then add in some ice. I'm adding in 4 cups of ice. Some people at this point would put in water to dilute it. Ice goes ahead and chills the whole thing down. For this, which is about 7 to 7.5 cups of tea, I had in a cup of sugar. You can put in a cup, cup and a half, 2 cups, taste it. If you want it sweeter, make it sweeter. Stir it all up, pour it over ice, and that's the tea. Cheers, y'all. I've covered a lot of Southern classics, but one I haven't done, shrimp and grits. Anytime I'm making grits, I like to do a mixture of half chicken broth or vegetable broth if you're vegetarian and half milk. I think that makes way creamier grits than water and they also taste so much better. Bring 2 1/4 cups each milk and broth to a boil over medium-high heat. Add in about a teaspoon of salt, then whisk in a cup of stone ground grits. When you're cooking grits, it's important to stir them often so they don't stick to the bottom. If they get too thick, you can always add in more liquid. Once your grits are done cooking, stir in 2 tablespoons of butter, 3/4 cup of cheddar, and 1/4 cup of Parmesan. Set this to the side and cook 3 strips of bacon until crisp. Remove the bacon from the skillet and add in 4 ounces of sliced mushrooms and cook them until they're golden and crisp. Once your mushrooms are cooked, take them out of the skillet but leave the bacon grease in there. And then you want to coat your shrimp in some flour. Just a light dusting. This helps them crisp up really nicely in the pan. After your shrimp are coated, go ahead and mince your garlic and slice your green onions. You want to have hot grits, so as soon as your shrimp are done cooking, you can pour everything on top of them and enjoy. Cook the shrimp until they're golden on both sides, which should take about 2 to 3 minutes over medium-high heat. My shrimp are peeled, but I left the tails on because it makes for a much prettier presentation, even though when you eat it, peeling tails can be a little messy. Once your shrimp are golden, add the cooked mushrooms back to the skillet along with 1/4 cup of sliced scallions and 2 teaspoons of minced garlic. Stir in hot sauce and 1 to 2 tablespoons of lemon juice, just enough to make the shrimp a little saucy. Then take the skillet off the heat. Spoon your grits into a bowl. I like mine to be super thick, but other people might like them a little bit more runny. If that's you, be sure to add in more liquid while you're cooking them to thin it out. You can add in more milk, broth, or even water. Top your grits with the shrimp mixture, then garnish with more green onions and of course more hot sauce. I almost forgot the bacon, the most important part. There are many variations of shrimp and grits out there, but this one is so easy, you've got to try it. In the South, a tomato sandwich is always in season. To make a tomato sandwich, don't even think about using anything other than old-fashioned white bread that sort of sticks to the roof of your mouth when you bite into it. And don't you dare toast it. The condiments, just a ton of mayo. Like both sides of the bread, just when you think you have enough, add some more. And salt and pepper, that's it. If you want to be fancy and add lettuce and bacon, then honey, you've got a good BLT, but that's not a tomato sandwich. And at the end, if your hands don't look like this and your bread is not this soggy, you did it all wrong. If y'all thought a tomato sandwich was bad, what do you think about a banana one?
So before you keep scrolling, hear me out. This sandwich isn't for everyone, and I know that, but if you like it, I guarantee you're from the South. The OG version had peanut butter, mayo, and banana, and originated during the Great Depression because meat was scarce and you had to get your protein somehow. Now, some people eat it with or without the peanut butter, and I'm telling y'all, don't knock it till you've tried it.
If y'all thought I was done with the mayonnaise and fruit combos, You're wrong. Have you ever had pear salad?
Pear salad is one of the most southern dishes I can think of and is served as a side dish for pretty much any meal. The ingredients are canned pears, mayonnaise, cheese, and an optional cherry. Don't you dare use fresh pears for this. Canned pears are cooked and more tender, plus they're stored in syrup and therefore sweeter. Be sure to drain the pears on paper towels before filling the cores with mayonnaise, and then top with shredded cheddar. My favorite way to eat pear salad is like this, but some people prefer to put a maraschino cherry on top. It does make it look pretty, but if you ask me, it tastes way better without it.